It is the RIOT podcast.
There's a lot in this.
Boy, there is, right? I keep forgetting. I got to make sure the Nightbirde interview makes it in.
We talked to Nightbirde, who's a new artist on RadioU. Her name's Jane, and she's actually the wife to Jeremy from Tiger Drive. And Tiger Drive makes an appearance on this podcast, too.
Not in her interview.
Aren't you yawn? Well, just get the yawn out. Just don't try to hide it.
What? You know what's funny? When you called it out, it just was like...
It's like, oh, gosh, the yawn's gone now.
It's coming back.
Oh, okay. Get it out. It's fine. Oh, it's a contagious yawn. That's a good one. Yeah, we all feel better.
Nobody's sleeping around here. Okay.
What's that?
Extreme Tomato Diet makes it in the podcast, which is that's probably the best part. Like, those 3 words are the best part. We've also got candy thresholds.
More
it's back
talk
again.
On that.
There's an extended segment in this podcast regarding coffee. And you'll like hear a liner thing play, like, where's the RIOT podcast? But, like, that's not the end of the coffee talk. It goes on. So if you get irritated by talking about coffee, I just wanted to tell you can skip about 10 minutes ahead in the podcast.
No, push through, power through it.
And then we talk about the PlayStation 5, the new Xbox One S, in-game stuff, Papa John's Pizza, and maple syrup.
That's it.
So you guys enjoyed today's podcast.
Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.
Bye.
Cleveland celebrates failure with a parade. We celebrate failure with the worst of the riots.
Are you starting a band? Are you guys still arguing over the title of said band? Well, I got to tell you right now, I have the ultimate band name ready right now.
Afraid to ask, what is it?
Extreme Tomato Diet.
No, yes! Actually, I have heard tomatoes are all the rage. Why is that? Why do they say diet like if tomatoes are good?
Wait.
Or is that not what it's
Can
from?
we focus on the band name for just a minute?
Okay, so Extreme Tomato
Tomato Diet.
Diet.
Dude.
What style would the band be?
To me, all bands are punk cover bands.
See, I still feel like a bit older of a more rock style.
Extreme Tomato Diet?
Yeah, because of the extreme part, just a little dated.
I was feeling like an electronic, industrial, like uber serious, really dark tone. And Extreme Tomato Diet, it's really just a
metaphor?
Yeah, it's a metaphor and like a commentary on social mores and
how we're all hungry for more.
But all we'll eat is this one thing that the man tells us to eat all the time.
Well, I can't guarantee someone's going to pick up on that band name.
Yeah,
I appreciate your passion with it, but I don't know.
Listen, I've got more if you need some help, whatever.
Someone just texted in, it's a ska metal band. That could work too. That could be perfect.
I like that.
Let us know what was your name.
I like that.
You need credit for that.
Okay, so there is, Remy Cruz. Apparently she's a fairly well-known YouTuber, though I've never watched her channel, and I'll tell you why. I watch YouTube channels about video games and movies and stuff. Hers is focused on dieting and health.
Oh, it's not your thing, and that's fine.
So she has, on her YouTube channel, she's lost 50 pounds. She's gone from a size 14 to a size 6. She's very proud, and now she's on the Extreme Tomato Diet. She keeps eating all the food that she's supposed to be eating. And
diet food or
she's on
food.
some kind of a healthier whatever. But then for snacks and just all over the regular food, she's just constantly eating tomatoes. Mm-hmm.
I have tomatoes for my breakfast. I'm on it too, apparently. You're not into any tomatoes at all? I have the little cherry tomatoes.
No. I've tried because everybody's like, you like ketchup. Why don't you like tomatoes? Don't you understand that ketchup is like just entire containers of salt and sugar, and then they put a little tomato paste in it?
If you have all the extreme tomatoes that you could have in a day and still put sugar and salt on them, then yeah, sure, you could have that.
Oh, why not? So I love Extreme Tomato Diet. And here she is. Here's her YouTube channel. I tried Extreme Tomato Diet for a week. 1 week tomato diet. Man, okay, I just want you guys, really, and I'm not even being mean. Maybe a little. But if I showed you the stuff I watch on YouTube, you would just be like, this is so stupid. It is so boring. It is so nerdy. It's so lame. all the ways that you guys feel about what I watch on YouTube, that's how I feel about a 16-minute video about tomato dieting.
About extreme tomato dieting?
Though I'm going to tell you right now, it's the best name and would be an amazing band.
If anybody tries it and wants to just eat the tomatoes, let us know how it goes.
No, forget about it.
But you have to eat them in an extreme way.
No, not even that.
You want to know a little?
If anybody wants to name their band Extreme Tomato Diet.
You might have an automatic ad on RadioU if you're like, what can I do to get on the radio? This at least will be one network that's behind you.
Yeah, we want to say hi to Jason in Pataskala. He says that he was the ska metal band guy.
Thank you, Jason.
I'm in, dude.
Some have said that if you just keep listening to The Riot, you'll learn to love them. Has that really worked for anybody yet? Has anyone tested that? It's The Riot on RadioU.
I know one day we're going to regret doing this, but we keep getting these boxes.
What? Are you just going to open it on air?
Yeah, why not? Let's find out what's it for.
Do you need scissors? Because I don't have scissors.
I'll just use one of my keys.
Is it Sam who sent it?
Yeah, it's from Sam.
His name seems familiar, so I believe we can trust this.
Yeah, but the thing that, you guys can't really see it, but it looks like somebody, like an NFL kicker, drop kicked this box.
I feel like it wasn't placed at the door. It was kicked to the door. I mean, it has a foot thing. It looks like a foot went right through it.
It does. It is just like, man, if we got some forensics, whatever going here, we could probably get a footprint off of this box.
Someone a part of the delivery of this package was playing, what was the one with that little ball, hacky sack or whatever?
Yeah.
With our box.
Which actually, you know what? I got a whole theory going here. Like, the coffee tastes like somebody dumped Windex in it again this morning. Can't figure out what's going on. Had coffee all day yesterday. It seemed to be fine. So is someone just trying to poison? Is
it just poisoning you?
Is somebody angry at night and they're like doing something to the coffee?
Well, what's in this?
Well, oh, look, it's space age blanket packaging.
Ooh.
Actually, there's a bunch of stuff in it. Is this cheese?
Is it cheese? We've never been sent cheese before.
It's cheese.
Okay. You know what? I never would have guessed that's what's in there.
I mean, like when you...
What type of cheese is it?
And what is this?
Is it a salami? Is it like a hard salami?
I don't know.
Please say it is. Crackers?
Okay, I remember getting messages about this. Nikki, it is real maple syrup.
Hey!
Now state of Vermont pure maple syrup.
Liquid gold.
This is from his farm.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where is Sam from?
It's Richmond, Vermont. It's from the blank family farm. I wouldn't want to give out the last name. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for sending that.
All right, Nikki.
Is that his cheese too? Does he make cheese?
What if it is?
Do we know someone who makes their own cheese, or is that just local?
Habanero. I don't want habanero cheese.
I do. I will totally take that. Do not do anything with that.
Okay, here we go. Obie and Nikki. Here are a few tasty treats from local Vermont. I know Obie loves real maple syrup, and this bottle was made only a few weeks ago by my family on our farm. That is the hotness, dude. That is the freaking hotness.
You better hold on tight to that thing. Because that is fresh maple syrup.
I am so excited about that right there. I also know that Nikki doesn't really like maple syrup, as she's mentioned on the show.
It's too sticky. Freaks me out.
So, as I've included a few varieties of Cabot cheese, the seriously sharp cheddar is my favorite. Longtime listener of RadioU and The Riot, usually tune in via the Riot podcast. You two add joy to my days at work and get me through my workouts. I'm sure there are people at the gym wondering what I'm always smiling about as I run and listen to your show. Just want to say thanks for the past 10 plus years I've been listening, making me laugh. You and the rest of the team at RadioU do an amazing job. Keep up the good work.
Sam, thank you so much. That is so sweet. We've never been sent from your farm the maple syrup. I've never been sent cheese before.
It says here, P.S. If anything feels a little wet, when you remove the packing material, don't worry. The bubble wrap has refrigerant gel in it to keep it cool.
Well, look at all that. He went through a lot of effort for that.
Man, more effort than we've put into the show.
Anything.
The cheese is still a little cool.
Very cool. Well, thank you again, Sam.
Whoa.
Now, if only a dedicated Riot listener could send some crackers to go with the cheese.
Nikki,
Do
we have
crackers still?
There are club crackers in the break room right now.
Oh, you're right. We could have some of the cheese. I love a habanero cheese. I like things like that.
Man, look at this maple syrup.
Okay. All right. You have that this weekend. You can have pancakes on Saturday.
I can make pancakes tonight. Breakfast for dinner.
You could have that with a little cheese.
Once again, there just wasn't enough material for Best of the Riot. Actually, there wasn't any Best of the Riot at all. None. Zero. Look, it's all bad. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not bad. It's the worst. Radio U.
Can you explain to me? It says here that Papa John's is going to be unleashing the spicy version of their garlic sauce.
Yeah, so the Papa John's garlic sauce you normally get, which a lot of people like, and if you look online, you can find lots of different ways to make it, without ordering it from Papa John's.
Yeah.
But this will be their spicy version.
You know what? Okay, to be clear, I do like Papa John's pizza.
I just never get it.
Yeah, no, me either. There isn't one that is really actually convenient for me. I mean, there's one that is, I could, if I feel like driving 20 minutes to get pizza or 15 minutes to get pizza, that might be more like 20.
And apparently you don't. Apparently that's a no.
Well, when there's when you have to pass 8 pizza places on your way to get Papa John's pizza.
True.
At some point, it's what are we even doing right now?
Yeah, it just doesn't work out. Well, the spicy sauce will be, if you order a pizza on April 19th, every pizza will come with the spicy garlic sauce instead of the standard one. And then from then on, while supplies last, if you request it, then you can get the spicy garlic sauce afterwards. But otherwise, it'll just be on April 19th.
So, Nikki.
Yeah?
Is it enough to bring you back?
To what? To Papa John's pizza?
Yeah.
On Friday?
Are you man, I got to get some Papa John's and I got to get it stat?
No, I don't have pizza right now. No. I'm just trying not to be happy. I'm just not having pizza.
Right.
And so there's no need to dip cauliflower pizza into garlic sauce. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't help. So, I mean, you can, what is that phrase when you can
put lipstick on a pig?
Put lipstick on a pig, but then it's still the pig. It's still cauliflower pizza, which I like. I am thankful for cauliflower pizza. I am, but I don't need to go to any effort to do anything else.
You're a good person, Nikki.
Just trying to live each day. Just trying to live each day.
I think it's great. I'm currently in a giving up phase.
Give it time. We'll all swing back to that.
Don't worry. I'll be back on the whatever you're doing soon.
The no pizza thing?
Yeah, I'll be back on that.
It looks delicious, though. So if anybody tries it on Friday, can you text us or message us and let us know how the spicy garlic sauce is? Or just save one of it and we'll just try it. We don't have to have pizza with it.
In the meantime, my candy threshold was so low today, I had a Nestle Crunch bar.
You did?
One of the ones that was on the break room table.
It looked too tempting, didn't it?
Yeah, you know what? I came in and I ate what was that? Crap. What is it? Jimmy Dean Delights breakfast meal. Only 200 calories. It was actually delicious.
And that wasn't enough?
And then I was like, and this Nestle Crunch bar.
Okay, we'll just add something to it.
Just the way it was intended.
So again, that's Friday for Papa John's. If anybody tries it, tell us what you think.
There are a lot of reasons to listen to The Riot every morning. For example, give me a minute. There's got to be at least one. It's The Riot on Radio U.
So, I don't know if you guys heard, but the Avengers Endgame footage hit their interwebs sometime yesterday afternoon.
Is is the movie next Friday or this Friday?
It's next Friday.
Next Friday.
I actually heard Hudson talking about it yesterday and did a little digging. I haven't watched the footage, but I saw that the Russo brothers, the directors, they put out a letter asking people to...
More like a plea and an urging.
What do you think?
Well, yeah, they don't want you to watch it.
Here's what they say.
Or at least if you do, don't spoil it for others.
All right. To the greatest fans in the world, this is it. This is the end. The end of an unprecedented narrative mosaic spanning 11 years and 11 franchises. For all of you who have been on this journey with us since the very beginning, sharing every high and low with your family, friends, your classmates.
All right, it's a bit much into it. Come on, guys, get to what you want.
No, it's
Go down to the end.
I'm not done yet, all right?
It's so long.
Because so many of you have invested your time,
oh my gosh,
your hearts, and your souls into these stories.
Oh, don't tell the ending.
We're once again asking for your help. When you see Endgame in the coming weeks, please don't spoil it for others the same way you wouldn't want it spoiled for you. remember, Thanos still demands your silence. As always, good luck and happy viewing. The Rousseau brothers, # don't spoil the end game.
So that's been trending.
Yeah.
Well,
it has. So
now you know they've asked nicely, which means, of course, all of your people that you follow will follow those rules too.
Make sure you do what they tell you to do. All right?
I'm going to just not even see it, so there.
So I guess the footage that leaked was like kind of spoiler heavy, and people are like, oh my gosh, the spoilers. At this point, I don't know. I have a weird mix of people in my life. I have people like Hudson who refuses to watch movie trailers
because he feels like that's a spoil.
He doesn't want to see anything. He wants to go in fresh. Okay.
Hudson, that's a bit much. I mean, we're all different, and I guess that's okay, but that's a bit much.
So there's that. And then on this other hand, I've got friends that are just like any piece of spoiler footage, photos, they're in on all of it.
Yeah, they don't care.
Whatever they can get their hands on. So I'm in the middle. I don't want to be spoiled, but I'm going to watch your trailer. I'm not going to watch your leaked footage because you know what? I'm paying a premium to see it on the biggest screen possible, not on your cell phone recorded footage between chairs.
I know you're saying that, but not a lot of people. Like other people, when tempted with the stolen, leaked, the leaked version of this movie, they might not be able to say no to the temptation.
Well, it's not the entire movie; it's just parts of it, but.
Only time before all of it. It's a slow drip.
But it's still a leak.
The rest of it will come out.
Let's take all of the most mind-numbing things the Riot has ever said and play them again.
It's a stupid idea, but I love it.
It's the Riot on Radio U.
So, Nikki, yesterday, huge news. Yeah. Did you...
You hit your mic.
I did. What was that big?
It was that big.
Did you hear about the PlayStation 5?
I did not. Apparently, I missed all the news yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So wait, so now we have to have a new one? We couldn't have gone like another like variation of the current one?
Well, there's the PlayStation 4. Then there's the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah, we could have had one more thing in there.
You pro gamers out there.
What do they say for 5? 8K graphics? Oh.
Come on. Come on.
I like this article headline. The PlayStation 5 price will be appealing to gamers in light of its advanced feature set, which basically to me screams appealing to those who appreciate everything they put in it and can afford it, but most will not be able to.
I mean, these are the people that released a $600 PlayStation 3.
And wasn't it the guy who runs it who was like, yeah, people can just get a second job? Didn't he say that?
He did.
If you like something enough, you would do something like that.
Now, Nikki, in fairness, that guy doesn't work there anymore.
Okay, I didn't know.
And in reality, this is being designed by really a different group of people. But I don't think in this... I can honestly say in this day and age, I don't think Sony would do that again.
Sure. They learned their lesson.
Because it was so badly received. But you know what? They gave some details, and I could read through some of them to you, but man, it's just alphabet number soup. It's like blah, 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 blah.
Well, I think the biggest thing is they said it'll be backwards compatible with existing PS4 games. So that's usually the main thing everybody always asks.
Which I think is great because there are some places, more and more people are just interested in being able to keep their games, which I get that. You put all that money and you put all that time into it. Like, I'd like to keep it. Even though... in reality, they did give a lot of details. I feel like it's not a lot of details that the casual observer would understand. Yeah, it's a lot of like architecture and manufacturing things.
Now, you're into this stuff, though, because you love audio. So the 3D audio for the PlayStation 5 will have an AMD chip. Oh, yeah.
See?
Which will be custom. And that way you can have an immersive gaming with your speakers and your headphones. So they put a big emphasis on that.
Nikki's right. They did say that they put a lot of work into the audio, which, you know what?
Some people actually would appreciate.
They'll knock it. I'll tell you right now, between last year, the games that blew me away with their audio on the Xbox One, which it plays in Dolby Atmos, was Forza Horizon 4.
Sure.
And then the new Division 2, also Dolby Atmos compatible. At one point, this blows my mind, dude. At one point, I was like in a building and I was trying to find this item. It was a cell phone, and the cell phone was basically ringing. I was standing under it in the building. It was on the second floor, and the sound was
up
over
there?
my head.
That's
and
weird.
That was a moment where I was like, okay, all hype aside, that's pretty dang cool.
Sure to put in the work for that. So the PS5, no word on anything else, but they do believe it would be rumored for some time next year.
So, all right. Well, I'm hearing. Wait. Oh.
Did you forget which year it is?
Yeah, I did.
It's like it's 2019.
Like,
That's not till next year.
I was like, no, Nikki, they're saying 2020.
You got me, Obi.
Oh, it is next year.
That is next year.
It's fine.
So if there's any other details, they'll send them out.
Waking up with the Riot makes your nightmares not seem so bad. Actually, you might want to just go back to sleep. Radio U.
Yesterday, we talked about a concept that I think is important. And I feel like a lot of people were just like, roll your eyes, whatever. But what did we talk about?
Well, we talked about a lot. You're going to have
We
to narrow
talked
it
about
down.
the candy threshold.
Yeah, so we did.
CT. All right. When I say candy threshold, that's a capital C, capital T, because that is a proper noun, and it is that point
And you will
at which,
respect it.
That's right. It's the candy threshold is your line. It's that time when you look at it and go, I want that candy. So if it's above the candy threshold line, then you'll eat the candy. If it's below it, you'll say, no, I'm making good choices for myself and my body.
Now, I feel like it depends on the candy, and that will change your threshold, meaning and the days. So, like, the first day you go in, you like Snickers, you'll eat the Snickers, but the Nestle Crunch, you said, no, that was below the threshold.
Yeah.
But your body over time wears down,
It does.
and the threshold goes down. So today you went in, you ate something that yesterday you wouldn't eat.
Well, I had a low candy threshold today, which is very similar to a text message that we got saying, on some days the candy threshold is high, and on others there's Christmas candy from 2016.
You'll eat anything.
Yeah. So apparently I'm somewhere in the middle of those two today. Now, that's the candy threshold. All right, but there's another CT out there, Nikki. I didn't know about it until this morning, but I feel like this threshold idea is going to take on, and it's going to be the psychological theory that's going to put us in the books, on the map, and on the lecture circuit.
So what is it?
It's the cat threshold.
What do you mean the cat threshold? How many cats, or if you want a cat or no?
No, it's the cat number before you've gone completely insane.
Oh, how many can you actually manage? Yeah.
How many cats can you have before you have gone over
the number
cat
you should
threshold?
have? How many? What was the most I ever had at one time? Because I do
3,
love cats.
I believe.
No, well, I would have one. Yeah, one. No, I had 4 at one time. At the same time, meaning.
Would you have a secret cat?
No.
I think you did.
I had Panda, Kit Kat, Butterfinger, and Marshmallow. And yeah, that's their names. And yeah, that's candy. So, what about it?
Huh. Seems
Candy
like this
threshold.
candy cat threshold
That works
thing may
right.
be connected.
So now I only have Panda. He's all that's left.
So do you have more candy now that you don't have as many
No, just
candy
Panda. And
cats?
Panda would have been called Candy, but when we adopted him, he came with a name Panda, and it just worked.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here's a woman in Michigan. She's got 88 cats.
That's not even a threshold. That's like illegal.
Well, what I'm
I think
saying is
legally
that,
you're not allowed to have that.
Nikki, that at one point you had 4 cats. This woman has 88. And somewhere between 4 and 88,
Is where we crossed the line.
there's a threshold.
Ooh.
And I can't put a number to it. Like, I can't assign it because to me, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way,
There's no difference between 4 and 88.
you're above the threshold.
No way.
4 cats.
I have 1 now. That was just a time. Mm-hmm. And we don't have that anymore.
It's fine. It's fine. No big deal.
I don't think you're allowed to have 88. I think there's like laws for like your area where you're living at.
Well, this woman, yes. She was definitely breaking some laws.
You're not able to manage that many cats. Cats can be hard. There can be a lot to it.
This all kind of fell apart on her because she got bit by one of the cats and she had an infected cat bite.
Ooh.
And then when
at 88 cats, you're not like taking them to the vet, and they're not like, they're not licensed.
They said that many of the cats were feral and pregnant.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that.
Which means she was about to get some new cats.
Oh, even worse.
So.
Oh, now, Jared, good call. He texted us and said, we talked about the C threshold. He thought we were going to be talking about the cake threshold.
Oh, that doesn't exist.
He had some random cupcakes that came into the play yesterday, and he thought maybe.
Well,
but this is cats, not cupcakes.
To be clear, the cake threshold doesn't exist. It's all cake.
It does too.
No.
The icing level.
No.
If it's a cake with that whipped cream icing,
I'll still eat it.
No way. That's at the bottom.
No. See, you're talking about a hierarchy. I'm talking about a threshold. Completely different thing.
I don't know. I
Is
don't
there
want
a
it on my
hierarchy in the
threshold.
cake world? Absolutely. We spend the rest of the show discussing it. But
in fact, let's do that.
Let's do that. But the cake threshold is there cake? Yes, I'm eating it.
That's just a blanket statement for it.
That's just how that works.
Okay. So the cat threshold is a thing as well. And if you run across any family or friend members who have 88 cats, know that they are way above and beyond what they should be doing.
They've crossed it.
Want to know what the Riot is doing right now? Follow them on Instagram and Twitter at riot.radiou.com. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
I have to ask, how bad do you need another show?
A TV show to watch?
Yeah.
Well, I'm always looking for it.
See, that's my thing is I'm always looking for it, but I'm never watching it.
Well, let's say it a different
way. I put more energy
way.
into looking than I do into watching.
Maybe we're more interested in finding a new show to put in our queue, but that's as far as it goes.
Make me feel good about it. Okay.
I like the high of the excitement, but not the reality when you watch the first episode and you realize you don't like it and then you don't finish it.
Hey, there's something to that.
There is.
Okay, Nikki, so we got that over here on this hand.
Okay.
Now, can I ask you another question?
What is it?
You ready? How badly do you need another streaming service to watch that show on?
Even less than I need a new show. But
Come on.
Let's humor Obi and hear what is the streaming service? What's this magical service?
I have the show that's going to get you to pony up for a new service like right now. Come on.
Which one?
Okay, it's Brave New World. Now, Brave New World will be based on the Aldous Huxley novel of the same name, which is famous for being a lot like 1984. You had those two dystopian novels that released, was it in the 40s? I mean, you know what? I don't remember what years they released in, but I've read them both. And Brave New World, in reality, Brave New World is the one that feels more like the life we're actually living.
Yeah.
They each, like Huxley and Orwell, both seem to get certain things about modern society correct. But there's a lot in the Brave New World that works. But Brave New World is going to star.
I see it.
Alden Ehrenreich, the guy who was Han Solo in the Disney Solo Star Wars movie that came out last summer. And
Get to it.
They say that it will be the flagship series.
Potential.
Wow.
Well, potential.
For the NBC Universal streaming service that will launch next year.
2020. It's a big year next year, guys. So NBC will have their own, kind of like CBS All Access.
Oh, yeah.
But it'll be NBC.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like any. Okay, this is sad.
Come on.
But I don't like any network shows. Any of the networks. I don't like NBC, CBS,
Nikki,
Fox, or ABC. I don't like any of the main ones.
But, Nikki, by putting it on the streaming service, I can give you more sex and swearing.
I don't know. Is that in this show? I don't think I'm comfortable now.
Well, one of Huxley's main cruxes, of the story, is that basically nobody's in love anymore, and everybody just has sex all the time.
All right.
And so one of the
now you see. Don't you see it from a mile away now?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, but one of the things about the book is is it John, the guy who comes? He lives in basically the savage lands, and they bring him to society. He falls in love, and so he wants to love somebody, and they're just like, why when you can sleep around?
Sure.
And why when we can show you everyone sleeping around?
Because it'll be NBCU.
Because NBC.
Where they don't have a costume department.
We can do whatever we want. It's the internet.
It's something.
Right?
Everything has a reason behind it, guys.
New
All this
show,
stuff.
new streaming service.
No, thank you.
Nude show, nude streaming service.
So they will launch next year, but there's no details on NBCU outside of that. But there you go.
Yeah, well, there it is. So do you feel like you need a new show and or new streaming service?
I don't. And I don't like stuff like that because I feel like they're trying too hard and they think we're just going to eat it up because everybody ate Game of Thrones up.
I do.
So they want that, basically. Minus the dragons, they want the same thing because that just brought the money.
I'll tell you, I do get a little angry when they're just like, look what we got over here. We got extreme content.
I'm looking for quality content, and it's very hard to find.
The Riot's future, 2 words. Goat Farm. Radio U.
It is the Riot, and this morning we're getting a chance to meet somebody I've already met.
But now in official capacity as Nightbirde, right?
Yes. Actually, Nightbirde, should we call you Nightbirde? Should we call you Bird? What are we supposed to call you?
No, you can call me Jane. I think that's super weird when people call me Nightbirde in person.
Okay.
That's definitely weird.
But
my real name is Jane. You can call me Nightbirde when you're talking about music that's coming out or something.
Gotcha.
Like that.
Okay.
Jane until then.
Jane, I want you to know right now that Nightbirde, like, that's a superhero name. Like, you get that, right?
Yeah, totally. I'm really proud of it, actually. I had worried about what I was going to call myself as a pop artist for a really long time. And then it just dropped in my lap in a dream. So that's pretty cool.
That is because, Batman was trying to figure out what to call himself.
We don't have to go into all that. I don't think so. I don't think Jane wants to know that. Unless, Jane, you do want to know about that, he can tell you, but I'm not sure.
No, I don't want to know.
Jane, that was the wrong answer to the question.
Right answer from my side of the table, wrong answer for his.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Batman's not a superhero. That's the problem. He's a hero. But is he a superhero? He is not. It drives me insane.
Wow. You know what? Like,
that's deep.
I don't even know if we have time for this now. Like, the
don't
whole
want it to
interview,
overshadow the music.
Like, Jane, I'm going to call you when this interview is over. You and I are going to talk about it because
that's a lot to unpack.
Well, it is because, first off, she makes some excellent points, and I like the idea of us starting in a really healthy place and then just having an opportunity to kind of go from there because...
that is intense. This is Jane. She goes by Nightbirde, which is new on Radio U. Everybody's been loving the song. It's called Girl in a Bubble, which we'll play in a moment, but this is who Jane is.
So, Jane, like, you are somehow related to Jeremy from Tiger Drive?
Yeah, distantly related.
Okay.
To Jeremy from Tiger Drive. Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're married to each other.
Oh,
so,
I am so
cool.
sorry. But...
So is there just music in your place all the time then going on, I imagine?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. There's never not something going on with music, whether it's somebody's video or somebody's recording, or we're always like trying to get ourselves together for one of our music projects.
Does that get annoying after a while?
Yeah. Sometimes we kind of have to like put ourselves on a little like music timeout, and we're like, okay, we're just going to be married today, and that's it.
So, when you're just married, but somebody does something like breaks into song or whatever, do you guys have like a timeout box? Somebody's in trouble. How does that work?
Yeah, there's no timeout box, but it's like, finish right now.
Yeah.
This conversation is ending.
Well, I will tell you, I have friends and family that will say to me, they'll be like, hey,
show's over.
Not on the air right now, okay? Not on the air. Just relax. I don't even know what they're talking about, but...
Well, it's something. I guess it happens in music, too.
Yeah. So this is Jane. You may know her as Nightbirde. She is, by her own definition, not a superhero, just a hero.
With a hero name.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right. So we're dealing with fair stuff. So Jane, like, a lot of our audience doesn't know you. Why don't you just wind it back for us a little bit? How did you get into music, just in general?
Music was like thrust upon me when I was a little kid. I was like grew up in one of those families that like made you try everything. So we were like, we did everything. All of us. We did sports. We did like debate. We did like, I don't know, gardening and 4-H and music and anything. My parents were like, we're just going to make you, I don't know, expose you to as much as possible to find out like what you actually are that. So
and then
anyway,
whatever sticks is what you're actually good at, which was music.
Yes. And I wrote my first song when I was like 5. My mom was a music director for a church, and we were like writing a musical. And I helped her write this really cutesy little girl song about like the star in the east or whatever.
Okay.
And then I sang that in the play. And then from there, I just like grew up continuing to love it. So I started writing my own music consistently when I was like 19 or 20.
Okay.
And that's when I was in Virginia in college. And that's kind of when the music thing started to become like, I guess, more serious.
Sure.
Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about your song, Girl in a Bubble, because I know there's a story there, but a lot of people in our audience don't know the back history there. Talk to us about where that song comes from.
Yeah. So I had been on a really long break from music, and I was it was about a couple years ago, I was trying to get back into making music, and I had come up with the name Nightbirde, and I was really amped to get started again. And I got some really bad news, and I was diagnosed with cancer a couple of years ago. And going through that process of like being the only one sick and everyone else was normal, it was such a weird feeling of like distance, but also like kind of like a physical. I wasn't like actually physically far away, but I felt so distant. And so the song Girl in a Bubble was written about that experience, feeling like this alien in the world, you know?
Yeah, so everybody else is okay, but you're experiencing a whole other reality.
That's going on.
Yeah. But I also felt like I was being observed in a sense. Like everybody was kind of like watching, so they were like maybe I don't know, interested or like intrigued by like what I was walking through in my experience, but nobody really understood it. So a lot of the song kind of speaks to that, like people kind of observing you, but they don't really understand. And so many people connect with that in different levels. But for me, it was about cancer.
Yeah. Okay. So this is Jane, also known as Nightbirde.
Which I mentioned earlier, the song has done so well. And I think you're right, Jane, because people are connecting with that and they kind of feel that the message behind the song, but people are just absolutely loving it. So we're so excited to have you part of the RadioU family as a new artist.
We absolutely are.
I'm so excited. I grew up listening to RadioU in the car with my dad.
Yay!
So it's really cool to be here.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I know this is kind of annoying, but you know, it is an interview, so we have to ask questions, but like one
annoying one per interview.
Yeah, well, I just want to know kind of, you know, what's next? Like, what are you doing? Like, you've got a single out there. Like, are you playing shows? Are you working on new music? What else is happening?
Yeah. So The Girl in a Bubble was kind of my debut, and I wanted to see how it went before kind of deciding what I wanted to do next. So I think at this point, I'm just going to release like more singles. So I've got some songs done. My next single is probably going to be coming out in a month or so. So for this year, I think it's just going to be lots of singles. I'm going to do a music video for Girl in a Bubble.
Oh,
awesome.
Yay.
I'm just so amped on it. It's going to be like so visually beautiful and amazing.
Can you tell us a little bit about what it's going to be, or is it one of those like, no, it's top secret, we don't talk about it?
I feel like it's really good. So I want to tell you to get you amped on it. But then I also want you to be surprised when you see it.
Sure.
But I'll tell you that there's going to be 2 Janes in the video.
Do you have another Jane, or are you going to be playing both Janes?
I'm both Janes.
Okay.
All right.
That's
okay.
enough spoilers right there. We'll have to wait.
Maybe she does have superpowers.
Maybe. That's well, she's Nightbirde, so of course.
Just saying, right?
Well, we'll look forward to that.
Yeah. So, Jane, thank you so much for taking time to hang out with us this morning. I love the song.
We love it. Absolutely.
I mean, like, I'm not going to speak for anyone else, but I love it. So thank you for the music, and we're excited to see, you know, what else is on the horizon.
Me too. Thank you guys so much for your time today.
It's the radio equivalent of going to McDonald's and ordering a fish fillet. Hey, that's one of my favorite things from Mickey D's. The worst of the riot on RadioU.
What a good morning.
Well, I think we may be changing our name to the Morning Zoo pretty soon, because we started out with a Nightbirde and now we have a Tiger Drive on the phone.
So we talked with Jane from Nightbirde not too long ago, and then Jeremy from Tiger Drive is on the phone now.
Jeremy, what is it with your family and animal names?
I don't know. We like animals. What can I say?
Yeah. Do you have a tiger?
And driving and tigers. We have a dog who thinks he's a tiger sometimes. I don't know. These questions. It's early. I don't know how to answer.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, you hang up.
We're just, Jeremy, going to hold you to the same standards that Jane. She did an excellent job talking with us.
So awake and alive.
Alert, all the good things.
She's a morning person for sure. Absolutely. 100%.
Okay. And I got to talk to you for a minute about, like, she threw some Batman shade at us.
Oh, no.
About him not being a superhero.
She says he's not a superhero. He's just a hero.
No, this is not. I fully disagree with her statement.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, the first day that we met, that was like one of the first things that we talked about.
Fought about?
It was talked about. Yeah, literally fought about. She said, here's how it went. I said, I love Shia LaBeouf. She said, I love Shia LaBeouf. And I said, do you like Tom Hardy? She said, who's Tom Hardy? I said, oh, it's the guy who just played Bane in Batman. She says, Batman isn't a superhero. I said, I'm paying for dinner tonight. You better watch your mouth.
But it's good you guys are able to get over that and still, find a connection and love each other.
Yeah, but it's that we don't talk about that kind of thing in our house. It's a sensitive subject.
It is. I can feel that.
I just love the idea of a marriage mostly being built on a mutual respect for Shia LaBeouf.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fantastic.
If there's anything that brought us together, it would be Shia. Just do it, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
So it's fantastic, and I just want to say a big congratulations to you guys. I look forward to visiting your home and seeing your Shia collection.
The Shia Shrine.
Yeah, right.
So Tiger Drive is going to be playing in Columbus, Ohio tonight for those of you listening to Radio U.
So for Radio U Ohio, that's a show we've been all gearing up for because it's your first headlining show in the Columbus, Ohio area. So this is big stuff.
Yes. It is big. We freaking love Ohio. Obviously, our previous band, Ocean Speak, played there for quite some time, and we had a great relationship with Ohio. And now that we live in Nashville, I was like, man, I can't wait to go back to Ohio and really just enjoy this new music season with really awesome people that mean a lot to me. So I've been kind of holding off until I could really, because I'm so kind of personally invested in the music scene in Columbus. I was like, man, I know what y'all deserve. Y'all deserve a really big, awesome, fun show. And so we put together a really awesome light show and got all the stuff together. And I won't, kind of leak everything, but trust me, it's going to be awesome.
Yay.
So, Jeremy, when you put together a really big, awesome light show, what does that mean? Are we talking you went to Home Depot and you got some, CFL bulbs?
Might be a bit more than that. Are they color changing?
Do they change? Yeah, do they change colors?
Can I use my app?
RGB?
Yeah. RGB. Yeah, it's LED, RGB, RF, 25,000 SPF. Waterproof for sure, because there will be water. Just kidding, there won't be water. So there's actually a company called 44 Designs, and I know you guys are familiar with 21 Pilots, familiar with other bands like Meat Math. Back in the day, kind of in their heyday when they were just kind of starting out, a new buddy of mine named Jeff LaValle, who owns the company 44 Designs, would partner with them. So for any of you who remember the big, huge scaffolding that 21 Pilots did at the LC Pavilion, that was all Jeff's idea. All of the light tricks and cool stuff that Meat Math did for all of their tours, that was Jeff's idea. So being out here in Nashville, this is where right before Meat Math kind of broke up, they all moved here, other than the lead singer. And just at one of the shows, one of my buddies came, and he was on the road with Meat Math for a long time, and he saw us. We actually had these we had 4 or 5 LED par lights, just really small lights that we programmed and did the most with. We were trying to do all this stuff with what we could build in my garage, and literally he was like, "Hey, you got to meet Jeff," and I met Jeff, and now he gives us the big boy lights. So we've got like really cool lights. We don't have like pyro or anything, but we've got some really awesome stuff.
Good.
Well, I mean,
everyone is seriously excited about the show. So no matter what you have, I feel like even if there wasn't lights, they'd just be excited to see you guys play Tiger Drive music.
See, Jeremy, that's how you got to take it. Like, you guys are the reason that people are coming, but they'll be excited to see your lights, but they're not there for the lights. They're there for you.
That's just extra. That's decoration. That's it.
Love that. Love it.
Well, Jeremy, anything else you want to let us in on when it comes to Tiger Drive? Anything behind the scenes?
That's right.
So yeah, we've got another single coming out here in the next months. And a lot of people have been asking about an album. They're like, when's the album? When's full length? When's this? And we are planning on releasing an EP this summer, which is super exciting. And then just more shows. We're going to obviously try to make it back to Columbus before the fall. And, we're playing a lot of shows, and we've got a lot of really, really cool opportunities there. So single, EP, then some more singles, and then we're actually also talking about doing a full length later on this year. So we're just kind of we're done with the silent thing with here's a cool picture and here's one song. I want to write more music and put out more music, and we're sitting on a lot of music. So all of the stuff that we are playing at the show is going to come out. So we're just really pumped to put out more music. But other than that, the show is awesome. We're starting at, I think, 7 or 7:30. We do have a really cool deal for Columbus. Anybody that is coming to the Columbus show, if you buy either of our T-shirts at the show, then we will send you a exclusive non-released music way before it comes out. So anybody that's coming to the show, look for that. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very good.
All right. Well, Jeremy of Tiger Drive fame, I hope you guys have an amazing show. Hang on for us just one second.
Everybody is excited. If you want details on the show, check out RadioU.com for more information. And thanks also again to his wife, Jane Nightbirde. Also a new artist on RadioU that we talked to earlier. So you can catch anything and everything interview-wise through riot.radiou.com if you missed something.
The Riot is the radio equivalent of Taco Bell meat. RadioU.
Nikki, we have a problem here.
We do. It is just keep growing and growing. I thought it would have taken care of itself by now.
I think someone's trying to poison us.
So on Monday...
Or if not poison our bodies, poison our hearts.
Hearts are mine. Well, with coffee, it's all connected with all of you guys. But on Monday, we came back from the weekend and from the spring fundraiser.
We did.
And you made a pot of your normal coffee that you have here.
Come on.
And did you grind the beans, or those were already ground?
It's the same coffee I made 14 times a day during the spring fundraiser.
So you're familiar with it.
I left on a Friday, came back on a Monday.
But you said it had an awful taste with it, and so we thought it must...
And you commented about the smell.
I commented on the smell first because it was terrible.
Yeah,
you could tell something was wrong.
Smell.
But it seemed like someone had washed or cleaned out the coffee pot, and that was why it ruined it. So you ran a couple of cycles, and then you had coffee yesterday.
And I thought yesterday's coffee seemed fine. Today, we are right back at it. I mean, it really tastes like someone has poured something
in the coffee,
into the coffee machine, into the coffee. I actually went through, brewed a pot. Terrible. And I was like, we thought, maybe it's the cup. Maybe somebody washed
your cup
this
that
cup.
you were drinking.
So we switched cups. Still bad.
Then you switched coffee?
And yes, then I went in, I ground fresh beans, brewed coffee. Still smells and tastes terrible.
So what is it? And it's not just you. So, because at first I thought maybe you're getting a cold or something, and that's you're tasting like your snot, and it's not it.
Nikki knows what it should smell like.
And it doesn't.
And the smell is bad. What is going on?
Only because I've seen this on the news a lot and just viral videos. Like, who's peeing in the coffee pot?
Exactly.
Like, what's going on?
Exactly.
Who's tampering it?
Something's wrong. Like, something weird has happened to the coffee. First,
or on the coffee beans, or the coffee grinder, or the coffee pot still, or the filters or something, or the water. It could be any of those.
Well, I got water from the fridge this morning, which goes through a filter.
So you're drinking it on its own?
It's fine.
So it's not water. I feel like you have to take out everything
All right,
that it could.
Okay, then let's think about it. The only thing we've gotten down to here that there's anything in common with is the filters
Yeah,
and the coffee pot itself.
sure.
Well, and I mean the water, but let's say we've eliminated the water because it's the same coffee that I used for the fundraiser and it was fine. Okay, but I brewed that. It's all messed up. I ground fresh coffee
Of a
this
different
morning.
type.
Different kind, different bag, different
So
everything.
it can't be the coffee.
So it could be the grinder, which seems unlikely, but then there's the coffee pot itself.
So
Now,
Taylor just texted, run a vinegar cycle on the coffee pot. Might just need a good cleaning. We did that. Well, like we cleaned it out, and we think because someone else had cleaned it out with something else, that's where the taste is coming from.
something is bad.
But you said it was fine yesterday.
Yes, which someone's doing something.
I know. It's like, what's happening? Either you didn't notice yesterday.
I don't see how I couldn't have. It's such a strong. And the thing is, like, I don't put creamer or sugar in my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting the raw coffee taste, and something's
Is in there.
wrong.
And you can smell it today. Something's in there.
Something's wrong.
We need a hidden camera. We need a police detective.
Don't we have security cameras in here?
We
Is there
do,
one in
but
the
they're
break
not
room?
in the break room. Why didn't we put one in the break
Here's
room?
what's going to happen.
Well, if something's going to happen to us, it's probably going to happen to us in the break room. We need security.
I'll just tell you right now, Nikki and I have names for all the cameras in the building. And whenever we catch whoever is doing something bad to
You're
the coffee,
named.
I'm naming that camera after you that we had to put into the break room because someone was peeing in the coffee.
We don't want that. No one wants that. And poor Obi, like, that's all he has in the morning.
It's all-
Like, he has the show in like us, but like to get going through the
That's my
morning,
thing.
that's all he needs.
So I haven't had coffee today, which sucks. And I'll tell you what. As soon as this show is over, I'm getting in my car and I'm driving down to Starbucks.
Okay, so last comment on this. If the Starbucks coffee you get happens to taste weird, then we are going to go back to it's you. And I don't know why I'd be smelling it.
It is not me.
But
You know
something's
what?
wrong.
I'll just tell you right now. There's a lot of things in this world that are my problem.
This is not
That's
yours.
directly me. I did it. It's my personal problem.
What's the board game? Like, who did it and how? Clue or whatever?
Clue.
Yeah, like, who ruined the coffee in the break room?
I want to know.
With a candlestick.
Send your complaints regarding that worst of the riot moment to Fire Obadiah at RadioU.com.
First, I'd like to thank Marie. She's in Denver. Thank you for texting us. Says we should have a Radio U clue game. Who ruined Obadiah's coffee?
All you need is 6 people, 6 items, and 9 rooms.
And we can do that.
Mike says, hope you guys get it figured out. My morning cups of coffee are very important, so I understand.
Well, here's a new layer. So if you were just joining us, Obi's coffee, he feels like has been...
And now we've had to upgrade it to feels like.
Because of what's coming in a moment. On Monday, though, can we all agree, Chris, you can agree on Monday. Something was up with Mondays, right?
I never...
You never had any?
No,
Okay,
the coffee was disintegrated by the time I got here.
It was nasty.
So.
It burned
poured
itself.
it out.
No, it ate itself. It was
The
so
coffee
bad.
ate itself. That's right.
So Obi feels like since Monday, the coffee's been bad except for yesterday.
Yesterday, I drank the coffee. I made coffee yesterday.
Yeah, it was fine yesterday.
It was fine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, no.
And it's Chris, it did smell bad.
It smelled awful.
Off,
Like,
but-
And that was the previous pot?
That's correct.
Two
the
pots ago.
existing pot, I believe, tastes fine.
No.
I mean, it's the rich stuff, but
it's Death Wish coffee, so it's
it's-
intense.
Yeah, it tastes and smells
Chris,
fine.
have you ever heard of teamwork and you're just supposed
I
to
know.
you know,
No.
work with Obi on this?
Look, I'm a realist.
No, I'll tell you what he
That's not
is.
what that
I'll be
is.
honest.
I'll tell you what he is.
What?
He's a coffee peer.
Are you the one?
Chris is the one. He's come in here to be like, you know what
Yeah, that's what I was doing
gosh.
Monday night.
He's gaslighting me right now. He's gaslighting me. He's trying to convince me that it's my problem.
It's in your head.
And I'm the one. It's all in your head. Why are you doing this? Why are you being this way?
When it really does taste and smell bad.
I'm in an abusive coffee relationship with Chris right now.
And he's just trying to make you feel like you're the one in the wrong. So you think it's fine, though?
I think this pot is fine. Have you tried this existing one?
Yes.
It's still there.
Still there.
Still didn't taste right.
But you
Okay.
could be tasting it from earlier. Do you think?
Do you think it's just kind of like that when you have food poison at some place and you just
And you
can't
can
forget?
never go to Skyline again because your friend was in the hospital with...
Well,
that
no,
sounds
we
good.
got actually many restaurants we could choose to put in there.
fair.
We've all had
That's fair.
personal and friends where we've had sicknesses and things of like. So, all right. Well, Chris says the coffee at the current state is okay.
Yeah.
OB.
Listen.
Are you using those new cups or are you using...
His
I
own
did
cup.
both.
Okay.
I'll tell you what's going to happen right now.
Could there be those micro cups we have?
Yeah, you know, what's with
Okay,
that's
that's another story, guys. Come on. We only have to
Everything in
give the
the-
listeners
that's
one
a piece of
problem at
onion
a
you just
time.
want to keep peeling.
Everything in the building keeps shrinking. We used to buy 16-ounce water bottles.
That's a
Now it's an
baby.
8-ounce water bottle. We used to have 16-ounce cups. Now we got 3-ounce cups.
We just can't.
I mean,
we
if
just
I
can't.
go in there and find a training toilet in the bathroom, I'll know that eventually it's like, well, you know what?
Well, we did not meet our goal for the spring fundraiser.
A little bit short.
We're a little short, so things have to change. You gotta, go with how it is.
We sold the toilet. It's a squatty potty now, so you're fine.
Hey.
They do it in Asia. You can learn.
No, you're supposed to hold it until you get home. You're not supposed to go to the bathroom at all.
You get one ply.
That's all you get.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting update. Thank you, Chris, for coming in.
Yeah, thank you, Chris, for making me doubt myself.
Not doubt, just
It's okay.
another layer to this. Another layer.
You know what? At this point, it doesn't matter.
You
I'm
don't
going to have to
care
start
anymore.
again tomorrow, but I'm going to Starbucks when the show is over. Unashamedly.
The Riot believes in truth, justice, the American way, and high-speed internet. No, faster. Radio U.
I want to say hi to Jesse, who says either you're getting sick and it's altering the test.
Like, sometimes when
taste.
when you're sick, it just makes everything taste sicky.
But that wouldn't explain Nikki's bad smell. Or it's just a figment of your imagination, and you're so convinced that you're psychologically convincing Nikki, and she thinks it smells bad.
No way. On Monday it did. And today it smelled bad too. But I either stand with you no matter what, and I'm just going along for the ride, or who knows what's going on. Just stop drinking coffee. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe this is the way that is being provided for you to stop having it.
What, by the universe?
Yeah, it's just putting it out there.
You know, Nikki, I don't want to turn this into whatever, but I just got to tell you guys something. You can have a relationship with God where he talks to you, He doesn't have to poison your coffee to get you to stop drinking
He's
it.
not doing that. That's not what I'm saying.
The Lord could say,
this isn't him.
Obadiah, in a still small voice, please stop drinking coffee.
No.
You're ruining your life, son.
No, maybe it's more like this is the opportunity that you can take to get off of it, to get that coffee off your back.
I don't know. Coffee's not on my back.
It is. You're getting very upset about not being able to have it this
You know
morning.
what, Nikki? We hold each other lovingly.
You and the coffee.
Chris, what do you think?
What do you smell? Does it smell the same as the dish soap?
Chris thinks, okay, smell the coffee.
So he's smelling the coffee from the coffee cup that he had this morning. It's like a silver one. And then he's
And we're
smelling.
smelling dish soap.
I think it smells about...
It's the dish soap. So someone's not peeing in the coffee pot. That would have been so much more entertaining.
No,
We could have gone viral with
Someone's
that.
peeing in the dish soap and the coffee.
What's going on
That's
here?
what it is.
So I think we narrowed it down. That's what's going on.
Obviously,
Someone's cleaning our cups, and we told them to not clean the cups. This is what happens when people do our dishes. We're not supposed to wash these things. Stop it.
I'm going to send out a station-wide email. All right, everybody, whoever's been cleaning, knock it off.
We told you to not wash our dishes.
We want dirty coffee water.
Okay, that's the smell
part
and
of
the
the
taste
flavor.
that you want, and they ruined it by washing it.
Oh, well.
Thank you, Chris, for finding that.
Listen, I'm going out for coffee.
That's fine. No one's saying you can't go out for coffee.
I'm going out for dirty coffee water.
And then you bring the cup back and you just build from that filth.
I will.
What happened to the coffee? Why is it so bad? Someone wash the cup. Sounds bad, doesn't it?
It does.
Ever wonder what Nikki is doing when she isn't rioting? Find her Twitter feed at riot.radiou.com. Obadiah's is there too, but who cares what he's doing?
Okay, what were we supposed to talk about again?
We're text
new
message.
Xbox.
Well, first, I thought you might want to read Melinda's text message
Okay.
on one last final part about this coffee thing.
I really do appreciate what Melinda has to say here. She said...
She's in Oklahoma.
She says, I stand with Obi. If you drink black coffee, you hardly ever wash your cup because it becomes seasoned like a skillet or a cooking stone.
So you're not supposed to mess with it.
What?
And that's the last statement on the coffee thing.
She's right.
She is.
She's right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so acidic it eats itself.
And eventually we'll eat the cup, which is why you don't need to wash it.
Yeah.
So what about Xbox?
Okay, so Xbox, yesterday there were all these PlayStation 5 details that came out, and it felt like a real wah-wah when Xbox also announced their new Xbox, but it's like the old one.
Yeah.
So here's what it is. It's their all-digital Xbox. It's an Xbox One S, but it has no disk drive in it.
Yes, okay. There's been talk about that.
Yeah, it's got a 1 terabyte hard drive, and it comes with 3 games, one of which is Forza Horizon 3, I believe, and a couple of others. And the idea is you will just either stream games or download games or whatever.
Going diskless, though.
Yeah, I don't know if they gave a release date on it. It's next month for sure. It comes with Minecraft, Forza Horizon 3, and Sea of Thieves. Here's the thing that kills me about it, though. It's full retail listed price, $250. It launches May 7th, so I got a date for it there. And I don't see any incentive whatsoever as to why you would buy this one. I just went looking. Existing Xbox One S's that have disk drives and a lot of times come in a bundle. I was looking. I found one yesterday, brand new, for $180. That is $70 cheaper than this.
Yeah.
And it's a 4K Blu-ray player.
Sure.
Or Blu-ray player or DVD player. You know, like it does
You're not
something
supposed to
else.
notice. You're not supposed to notice that.
Please don't pay attention to that.
Please don't pay attention to that over on the other side. And when you look at the shiny thing over here that's missing things.
So they have cut functionality. They're giving you 3 old games you don't care about, and they're charging you $250.
For the honor.
Yeah. I mean, I saw yesterday somebody had Xbox One X's, like their big, high-end, whatever, $350.
Now, again, Xbox says stop it. Just stop it, Obi. You're just ruining it.
It's just a big wah-wah. When you really look at it, it's like, well, if you shop around a little bit. I'll just tell you in general, this is just an Obadiah power tip over here to the side. Do with it what you will. Man, almost never pay full sticker price for a car or a video game console.
Pretty much.
Somebody somewhere is having a sale and it's way cheaper. But there you go. If you want an all-digital overpriced Xbox One S with no disk drive, May 7th, $250.
They got it for you.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The Riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
I can give you more sex and swearing.